study from Princeton Review says the most conservative collegiate students in the country are found at a Catholic school in California. The study says Thomas Aquinas College is ranked #1 for most conservative student body. Princeton Review ranks nearly 400 U.S. colleges in several categories based on responses to student surveys. TAC, as it is known by students and alumnus, is a small liberal arts school in Santa Paula, California. Students adhere to a dress code and faculty are called tutors, not professors. Well, several other Catholic schools also made the list for most conservative students, with the University of Dallas at #6 and Assumption University in Massachusetts ranked 20th. As we mentioned yesterday, a movie about the life of Ronald Reagan, the 40th president of the United States, hits theaters today. Reagan stars Dennis Quaid, Penelope Miller, and Academy Award winner Jon Voight. Yesterday, Voight discussed the movie and why he thinks it is perfectly timed to be seen leading into November's election. In part 2 tonight, he tells us what he hopes viewers learn from the film and discusses a very important role from earlier in his career. And in one of your co-stars in Reagan, David Henrie, Catholic actor as well, he says he hopes the movie provides a message of unity to the audience. Talk to us about that and what you hope that folks get from seeing this film.
Yeah, well, you're seeing a man who had tremendous grace and really was did the job awfully well. And yet you're seeing how much pressure there was on him continuously. The difficulty of being the president of the United States, tremendous pressure on a daily basis, and how he handled it. There are lots of messages here. I think what he was referring to was there's a sequence where Tip O'Neill, played by a wonderful actor, and Reagan have coming together after the assassination attempt, and they say a prayer together. And it shows you people from different parts of the aisle, coming together in friendship, meanwhile disagreeing on many things politically. So that's part of the message as well.
Jon, before I let you go, I have to ask you about this. We all know that you played Pope John Paul II at one point, and being raised Catholic, and I know your mother was very devout. What did that mean to you?
What does it mean to me that I played John Paul II and my mother was devout? I think my mother was upstairs, very, very happy that I was attempting to play John Paul II. Thought that would straighten me out a little bit.
Yeah.
And perhaps it had a tremendous influence on me, actually. I had a great regard for John Paul II, and John Paul II, of course, and Margaret Thatcher and Nancy Reagan were part of the greatness of that presidency with Ronald Reagan. So John Paul II, he also had an assassination attempt, and they had a kind of a link between them. And with those personalities made a great difference, and brought about the end of the Soviet Union together. So, so there was a lot of things about the portrait of John Paul II that gave me an insight into Ronald Reagan as well.
Yeah, very special relationship that they had there. Jon, before I let you go, anything else you'd like to share with our audience?
Well, I just would like to share the fact that we have a nice film out there that people will really take heart from and enjoy, and that's a bit of a blessing. And that, when I say a blessing, I say the fact that this came at this time, I believe was foreordained. I see God's hand in many things, and I see it in this. This picture became. It had a difficult birth because of the length of time that we had to work on it, and things didn't seem to go right for a long time. But the fact was that all of that led to the fact that it was postponed to be coming out at a perfect time. So I think it's we look for these little things that are happening and say, Well, God's hand is in this. I say that to the Catholic audience. That's my contribution to being on this particular show and talk to the Catholic audience, that God's hand is everywhere. And sometimes we forget about that.
Absolutely. Jon, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about this film. We really appreciate it. God bless you.
God bless you.